You wake up, your eyes are barely open, and before you even think about it, your hand is already reaching for your phone. You didn't decide to do that. It just happened. You check it again at breakfast, again at a red light, again during a conversation with someone you love, mid-sentence, without even noticing you did it. It feels like a bad habit, something modern, something broken about you specifically. But the real answer is far stranger. Your brain isn't malfunctioning. It's doing exactly what it was built to do 2 million years ago, on a savanna you've never seen, in a body that no longer exists. This isn't a story about phones. This is a story about you, about the ancient machinery running underneath your skull, still working perfectly, just aimed at the wrong target. Let's go back, not to yesterday, to the Pleistocene. Picture an early human named Nobody, because names didn't exist yet, standing at the edge of tall grass. The grass moves, just slightly. Wind, probably, but maybe not. That human's heart rate spikes before a single conscious thought forms. Their eyes dart toward the movement. Their whole body goes still and alert in a fraction of a second. This wasn't a choice. It was survival software, and it had one job: scan the environment constantly for anything new, anything that moved, anything that might be food, danger, or a rival group approaching. Miss a predator once, and you don't get a second chance to learn from the mistake. Neuroscientist and psychologist Daniel Berlin studied this exact drive back in the 1960s. He called it the need for novelty, and he found that the brain doesn't just tolerate new information, it actively hunts for it. Novel stimuli trigger a dopamine response, not because the new thing is necessarily good, but because it might be important. The brain rewards you simply for looking. Notice something. Dopamine isn't the reward chemical everyone thinks it is. It's not pleasure, it's anticipation. It's the itch, not the scratch. That itch kept your ancestors alive. The ones who ignored the rustling grass, who didn't orient toward sudden movement or unexpected sounds, were more likely to become another animal's dinner. The ones who couldn't help but check, again and again, were the ones who noticed the predator in time, or the fruit tree nobody else had found, or the stranger approaching the camp. That checking behavior wasn't anxiety. It was intelligence, wired directly into the body, running faster than conscious thought. Now here's the twist. Your brain has no idea what a phone is. It doesn't know the difference between a notification and a rustle in the grass. It doesn't know the difference between a text from your sister and a predator's silhouette at the tree line. To your prefrontal cortex, sure, a phone is obviously just a phone. But to the older, faster, more primitive parts of your brain, specifically the amygdala and the reward circuitry surrounding it, a small, glowing rectangle that lights up unpredictably and might contain something new, is functionally identical to that moving grass. Psychologist B.F. Skinner proved something disturbing about this back in the 1950s, using pigeons and levers. He gave pigeons a lever that dispensed food every single time they pressed it. The pigeons pressed it when hungry and stopped when full. Predictable? Simple. Boring, even to a pigeon. Then he changed one variable. He made the lever dispense food only sometimes, at random, unpredictable intervals. The pigeons didn't press the lever less. They pressed it more, obsessively, compulsively. Some of them pressed it thousands of times, well past the point of hunger, because the reward wasn't the point anymore. The uncertainty was the point. Skinner called this a variable ratio reinforcement schedule, and it remains, to this day, the most powerful behavioral conditioning pattern known to psychology. It's the exact mechanism behind slot machines. And it is, not coincidentally, the exact mechanism behind your phone. You don't know if the next scroll has something good in it. You don't know if the next notification is important or empty. That uncertainty isn't a design flaw. It's the entire design. Every time you unlock your phone without a clear reason, you're pressing Skinner's lever. Every red notification bubble is a rustle in the grass. Every autoplay video queued up after the one you meant to watch is a rival human just visible over the ridge. Might be dangerous, might be nothing. Better check. Your ancestors needed this system to survive one afternoon in the wild. You're carrying it around in your pocket, getting triggered by it every 4 minutes. Here's where it gets stranger still. Anthropologist Robin Dunbar spent decades studying primate social groups and arrived at a number that changed how scientists think about human relationships. He found that the human brain has a cognitive ceiling on meaningful social connections. Roughly 150 people, a figure now known as Dunbar's number. Beyond that number, the brain physically cannot track who owes who a favor, who's trustworthy, who's a threat, and who's family. For nearly all of human history, that ceiling was never tested. You lived, hunted, argued, and raised children with the same 50 to 150 people for your entire life. Your social brain evolved to monitor a small, stable, high-stakes tribe. Now open any social app. You're being asked several times an hour to emotionally process the lives of thousands of people. Strangers' weddings, strangers' breakups, strangers' opinions on politics, health, parenting, everything. Your ancient tribal monitoring circuitry, the one built for 150 faces, is now trying to process a feed of infinite strangers. And it cannot tell the difference between a tribe member's crisis and an influencer's staged one. That's why an argument between two people you've never met can genuinely raise your heart rate. Your body thinks it's tribal. Because as far as your nervous system is concerned, it is. So why does putting the phone down feel so hard? Why does the pull happen even when you know, consciously, that nothing important is waiting there? Because you're not fighting a habit. You're fighting an alarm system that has kept every one of your ancestors, going back millions of years, alive long enough to have children. That system doesn't negotiate. It doesn't care about your to-do list, or the conversation you're supposed to be having, or the sleep you're supposed to be getting. It cares about one thing. Is there something new? And could it matter? Psychologist Adam Alter, who researches behavioral addiction, has pointed out that the products fighting for your attention aren't competing with your willpower. They're competing directly with the reward circuitry your ancestors relied on to survive. And they've been engineered deliberately, using the very same principles Skinner discovered with pigeons and levers. This isn't a fair fight. It was never supposed to be. Think about that. Next time you feel a flicker of shame for checking your phone during dinner, or first thing in the morning, or in the middle of the night when you should be asleep, you're not weak. You're ancient. The same wiring that made a human freeze at a rustle in the grass, that made a pigeon press a lever 1,000 times chasing an uncertain reward, that made your ancestors track the moods of 150 faces around a fire, is the exact wiring lighting up your screen right now. It's not broken. It's just aimed at something it was never built to face. A world with no true predators left to spot, and no shortage of small glowing rectangles happy to take their place. So tonight, When you feel your thumb drift toward the screen for no reason at all, you might not be able to stop it. Not really. Not with willpower alone. But you can know, for the first time, exactly what's happening when it does. That rustle in the grass never went away. You just started carrying it with you.